In Movies and Money today, we are taking a trip to Toronto where we find Eric Childress. Hello there, Eric.
Hi, Angie.
Well, this is your 16th year attending the Toronto International Film Festival, and you have a preview of some major releases set for 2019.
I sure do, Angie. The lead into festivals to Toronto this year, like Venice and Telluride, has been rife with stellar reviews, but one that premiered here that really blew everyone away was Knives Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request that you all stay until the investigation is completed.
Now, this is the latest project from Rian Johnson, which opens at Thanksgiving as a tribute to classic whodunits in the spirit of Agatha Christie and films like Sleuth. When a mystery writer played by Christopher Plummer is found dead on the night of his birthday party, a famous detective played by Daniel Craig is hired to help solve the mystery, which involves not just his caretaker, Ana de Armas, but his entire family. Now, the incredible cast includes Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Lakeith Stanfield, Toni Collette, and Chris Evans, and they are all suspects in this really fun and twisty film that mystery lovers, such as myself, should really adore. Now, given how well the remake of Murder on the Orient Express did just a few years ago around the same holiday release time, Lionsgate has a chance to not just find a one-off success later this year, but potentially spin this off into a franchise of Daniel Craig solving mysteries now that he is about to be done with James Bond.
Toronto tends to signal the beginning of award season, with many studios previewing heavy hitters hoping to plant some seeds amongst voters. Do you see any that stand out as potential award winners?
Yes, several, Angie. It has been far too long since we have seen Tom Hanks in the Oscar race. He was badly snubbed for Captain Phillips back in 2013, but I think we will see him back for playing Fred Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, neighbor.
While I have some issues about the approach to the material, there is no denying that every moment Hanks is on screen is a moment which will have you smiling or on the verge of a tear. Decades of empathy just naturally roll off his face, especially when he's just listening, and I think it will be hard to deny him a nomination. Though given that it is actually more of a supporting role in the film, will Sony play category games and still submit him as a lead? Either way, though, I think he could still be a favorite to win. Which is not to say he wouldn't have some stiff competition in the lead category. Jonathan Pryce and the Two Popes playing Pope Francis against Anthony Hopkins' Pope Benedict as they debate the direction of the Catholic Church is going to be heavily considered for a nomination.
You think you know better?
We are no longer part of this world.
And everyone should also keep an eye on Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story, which features a career-best performance by Scarlett Johansson as a woman watching her divorce slowly spin out of the hands of her and her husband, played by Adam Driver, who, along with his work in The Report coming out later this year, should frankly already have a nomination reserved for him, and if he fails to get one for either this year, the category will be woefully incomplete.
There is one actor who seems to have one of those slots reserved, but you have a much different take on Joker.
And that I think it is bad? That is correct, Angie. Now, the first responses for Todd Phillips' Joker out of Venice were rapturous, with the film even winning the Fest Grand Prize, the Golden Lion. But out of Toronto, we began to see reactions come back down to earth. Though several are still praising Joaquin Phoenix's take on the iconic Batman villain, they are also recognizing the vast shortcomings of the screenplay and Phillips' uninspired direction. I would go even further in suggesting that this is one of the very worst films of the year. Nevertheless, that awards buzz for Phoenix is going to be loud, and I think it would be poetic to see the Best Actor race come down to the Joker versus Mr. Rogers, and seeing our favorite neighbor as the one everyone chooses in these often chaotic times we live in.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate all your coverage from the Toronto International Film Festival. We'll see you next week. For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.